or rather 11-0. And the Pacers cold right now from the floor. And they're trailing Meredith here. It will be Patrick Johnson. Pacers have Armstrong and Erickson in foul trouble with 2 fouls apiece after leading 20-12 after 1. Pacers are just shooting 29%. Here's a hook shot in the paint. No good by Murphy. Went for the rebound and had it knocked away. Comes out to the hands of Hines. 3:58 to go here in a 23-20 ball game. Crossover by Hines. Up with a wild shot in the paint. No. And it's tapped out by Murphy. Last touch by William Peace. Avenging Angels are 8 of 20 from the floor here in this ball game. And they'll get the basketball and a fresh 30 as they insert Preston in the lineup, replacing Hayes. Hayes has got 7 to lead him. Hayes out there along with Jessup, Hinton, Hines, and Gregory. Bounce pass goes into Hines. Pacers have Cheatham out on the floor with Gooden, Jones, Sykes, and it'll be Murphy, and that'll be an offensive foul on a screen set by Hinton. Hinton looked like she couldn't believe the official called it on her, and I think their head coach, Melinda Campbell, in her 7th season, felt the same way. Couldn't believe that the foul was called against the Avenging Angels in this building, especially in this rivalry. 23-20, Pacers yet to score. Here's a 3, no good. Pacers are ice cold shooting the basketball. They're just 2 of 12 now from 3. Rebound taken and brought up the far side by Jessup, 23-20. Armstrong with those 2 fouls will check in at the next dead ball as she comes to the table for the Pacers. Here's another turnover as Preston tried to lob it inside. 7 Avenging Angel turnovers now. Cheatham back the other way. Z on the left wing will pass up on a shot. Cheatham middle of the floor. Fakes will split the defenders but lost the basketball. And her pocket picked by Jessup. Jessup with Sykes back. Goes up. Nice block. It's rejected away by Sykes. What a great rejection. That's her 2nd block of the game. And it stops 2 points. Great hustle by Sykes, who's hit a couple of threes here. 3:07 to go before halftime in a 23-20 ball game. And they're trying to get the basketball in. Sykes knocked it away. No, it's going to be off of Preston. It'll be William Peace basketball on the inbound. They couldn't get it in. Preston tried to cut and had the ball deflected off of her. Now Armstrong and Erickson, both with 2 personals, are back in the lineup for William Peace. And it'll be Cheatham, and it looks like they're going to get Boykin and bring her into the game to finish out the final 3 minutes of the half. Here's a pass by Gooden. Terrible pass, high post, intended for Erickson, knocked away and stolen away by the Avenging Angels. 23-20, reached a little bit of a stalemate here. Here's Preston in the high post going down. That's going to be a hand-checking foul called on Armstrong. That's going to be her 3rd. So Jones will replace her in the lineup. Kelly Johnson gambled. It didn't pay off trying to get his senior going out there. Jessup and Cheatham depart the floor along with Armstrong. And they're trying to lob it inside. Hayes will get the basketball. It goes to Hines in the corner. Here's a 3 by Jessup. Air ball. Offensive rebound, though, taken by Preston off the bounce. Shot clock at 20. Here's a pick by Preston. Double team. She gets it. Now will drive down the lane. Dumps it off of Gregory. Off her chest out of bounds. They were all kinds of out of control. And not ready for the basketball there was Gregory as it went off her chest. Now Preston slow to get up. She was barreling down the lane like an out of control pickup down a icy hill and left her feet to drop that pass off that she delivered at about 1,000,000 miles an hour. And then she's now going to limp off, or limp back now, in a little bit of discomfort. Pacers inbound length of the court, 2:31 to go. They're down 23-20. Pacers scored 20 first period points and yet to scratch here in the 2nd. It's hard to believe. And the Pacers will have 18 seconds here. Drive by Boykin, no good as she missed it. And then a tie-up. And now they're going to say it's Meredith basketball. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Here's a steal in the backcourt, though, by Jones, and she got pushed by Pleasance. That'll be Pleasant's third. And Meredith yet to come anywhere close to putting the Pacers on the line. Pacers will have the basketball back with 2:05 to go and a fresh 30. Clark over to Gooden. Flips it to Boykin. Boykin drives. Will dump it to Erickson. Up with the shot. Contact, no call. And the rebound taken by Gregory for the Avenging Angels. 1:51 to go. With the basketball is Jessup. Jessup will clear it out to Hayes. Hayes will get the basketball to Hines. Right side it goes to Jessup in the corner. Up top to Hayes. And they throw the basketball away. I'm going to say it was out of bounds off the... Clark will have it over on that far side. Clark will give it to Boykin now. 17 on the shot. Boykin over to Gooden when ready to shoot. Gooden with 12, dribbling, looking. Now to Boykin. Boykin with 10 up top between the rings. Dribble, crossover to Clark. Jumper just inside the arc is short. And it is going to be knocked out of bounds by Clark trying to get the rebound. 23-20. Meredith a little tired out there. Wonder how much they're going to have in the tank. Jones will come out, be replaced by Murphy. They do have a lead here as they ripped off 11 points, and they're up 23-20. Pacers are a minute away from not scoring in this quarter, which would be amazing if you think about it. And here's a hand-checking foul going to be called on Murphy. Boy, they are calling everything on the Pacers. Pacers picking up the foul. That is her first. And the fourth on the Pacers this period. So they're going to put Meredith on the line at the next common foul. Here's a steal, though, by Boykin on the inbound. Boykin going to take it up and lay it in for the Pacers' first points of this quarter. She's got 6, and it's 23-22. Double team in backcourt. 47 seconds to go. One-hand pass up the far side. Jessup had it stolen away by Boykin. Strip. Boykin coming back the other way. 3-on-3. Boykin drives. Boykin goes up. Will miss the shot in traffic. The rebound taken by the Avenging Angels. With the basketball back the other way is Hayes. Drops it off for Gregory. Up with a shot. Good. Gregory gets her field goal, and that makes it 25-22. Here's Clark to Boykin. Over to Gooden. 18 seconds to go. Boykin looking. Boykin dribbling. 13. Over to Gooden. Gooden gets it in the high post to Erickson. Erickson turns, shoots. It's blocked. Murphy had it. Goes up on Gregory. It's blocked. She goes up again. Contact, no call, and it's stripped away out of bounds. 4 seconds to go. We're going to put Syke in, and now Kelly Johnson's going to take his 30-second timeout. Use it or lose it. Meredith took one earlier in the quarter. And with 4.1 seconds to go, it is 25-22. Let's see what the Pacers draw up here out of the timeout. Maybe something that'll give them an opportunity to get a shot off. I don't know if they'll necessarily draw up a 3, but that might be something that they go for here as they find themselves down 3 points in this one. Patrick Johnson with you. Sorry about our technical snafus earlier. We've worked them out. Happy to have you along. And we want you to be a part of Scott's team, and we're going to tell you all about that coming up at halftime. A great initiative with the William Peace women's basketball team. Stay tuned at the half. That's part of our Pacer profile. Here's the inbound to Sykes. She'll take a 3 short. Erickson the rebound. Goes up and got killed and then barreled over by Gregory and no call. Gregory out there is playing like a bull at a china shop. They're not calling anything on her. Should have been a foul called there. Erickson is injured, and they didn't call anything on Gregory. Terrible no call there. Pacers managed just 2 points in that quarter after scoring 20 to begin the ball game. Avenging Angels score 13, and they have 25 points here at halftime and lead by 3. 25-22. So we'll see if Peace can get it going in the second half. Down to Meredith here by 3 at halftime in a game, quite frankly, they look to be the
Spare.
Listen to her.
Huh? Who are you?
Your other GPS voice. Did you think she was the only one in here?
In 1 mile, go right at exit.
Go read a map, sweetie. Come on, handsome. We could go out to the wineries and clink a few glasses.
Dueling voices?
Don't listen to her, laddie.
3 of you?
Take your bonny Blue Ridge Parkway up to the Lane Cove. We'll hike the slopes of Grandfather and have a pint in your blowing rock.
Yeah. Are you gonna listen to a guy in a skirt?
It's a kilt.
Take the exit in 100. Recalculating.
Psst, mon cher. Let's him do guitars.
Whoa, you're in there too?
Come on, I know romantic overlook is so secluded.
Going somewhere? You can have the vacation of your dreams right in North Carolina. There are things you've never done in your home state. So do them. For ideas, go to visitnc.com. Sponsored by the North Carolina Association of Broadcasters and Division of Tourism, Film, and Sports Development.
How can a mouse save you money? Well, just use your computer mouse to navigate to togetherwesave.com. You'll find a website filled with great ideas on how to cut your energy bill. Calculate savings customized to your location. If you have an iPhone or Android device, download the Together We Save app. You'll be able to receive daily tips and reminders on new ways to make your home more energy efficient. So adjust the thermostat and follow your mouse to togetherwesave.com. You can save energy and save money. Togetherwesave.com, a service of North Carolina's Touchtone Energy.
For the Pacers, Sykes with 6, Boykin with 6. Sykes with a personal foul on her, none on Boykin. Armstrong had just 2 points in the first half, was saddled with foul trouble with 3. 2 points for Murphy and a personal, 2 points for Clark and a personal, no points for Cheatham and 1 personal foul. Gooden, no points and a personal. 4 points for Erickson and 2 personal fouls, and Jones, no points and a personal foul. For the Avenging Angels of Meredith, Jessup has 4 points, no personals, 3 points for Hines, no personals, 6 points for Hinton and a personal, 4 points for Gregory unofficially and a personal, which is a little shocking. 7 points for Hayes and a personal. 2 points for Pleasance and personal fouls. And Preston with no points and a personal foul. Stay tuned. We'll come back.
Into the skies. For the past 60 years, this same spirit of vision and courage is the cornerstone of the United States Air Force turns 60 this year, and we at the Air Force Association would like to thank those who have given so much to keep us safe.
It was easier than ever for people like me to qualify. So, I called, and he was right.
And last spring, Scott took his life. The Pacers are working with the Foundation for Suicide Prevention to raise funds for suicide prevention, but more importantly, raise awareness. We'll hear more and have more details about this event and how you can be part of it very soon. At this time, though, we welcome in Dr. Christine Moutier, Chief Medical Officer at the American Foundation with Suicide Prevention. She joins us on the phone. Dr. Moutier, thank you. And we can start by asking, how would one know if someone is suicidal?
After someone has lost a loved one to suicide, the initial reaction is that they may not have seen it coming, and that is oftentimes the case. What we're realizing and what science informs us about is that there usually are some behavioral signs of change going on. Now, many people are very good at cloaking their distress, and so that's the hard part in all of this. And our culture is changing, but historically it hasn't helped in terms of allowing all of us to feel empowered to talk through the struggles that we're going through. That's part of being human. But once you learn what the warning signs are, we can all become better at detecting those. So signs of behavioral change that give you a gut signal in your, again, a gut instinct that something is different. The person's not behaving in their usual way. Now, we can all have a bad day, but when there's a pattern of the person seeming more withdrawn, more irritable, angry, anger is more often times what depression might look like, especially in men. Compared to women with depression. But those kinds of signs that you might pick up on, now if you're very close to the person, if it's a family member living in your home with you, you might see other things like signs of sleep changes and appetite changes, their usual energy patterns change. And those could all indicate that there's some kind of distress going on in the person's life, and if they're not being, forthcoming and just sort of processing what's going on in their life, then that's the time to try to set aside some time to have a caring conversation with the person.
I think that leads to the next logical question. What do you do if you are concerned about someone who may be exhibiting these signs or could be, you suspect, suicidal?
So, of course, it depends on the nature of your relationship with that person. But let's say it's somebody very close in your life that you have, a solid and trusting relationship with. I would let them know, hey, I've noticed that something seems a bit different about lately, and I'd love to set aside some time so that I can find out how you're doing. And that allows the person to not feel caught off guard like you're, pulling them aside in the hallway suddenly, but it gives them the signal, you care, you want to set aside some time, so this is a priority, and they can start organizing their thoughts and going through the process of figuring out, are they ready to talk about this? Now, the way that you approach them may have everything to do with how that goes, though. And so coming across with open-ended questions, not assuming anything, but just asking, how have you been feeling lately? How's it going? What's on your mind? What are the things that are weighing on you? And if they say, what are you talking about? I'm fine. Then you say, well, I'm glad to hear that, but I know you pretty well, and I've noticed that, and whatever it is that you've noticed, I would be very honest about it, that people can tell when you're caring genuinely and when you're telling the truth. And so I would just say, it just seems like you're not acting yourself lately, and, I've noticed that you've been drinking a little more than usual, and no judgment there, but I want to find out, just how you're doing. So again, open-ended questions. Let the person have some time to tell their story and sort of hold yourself back from the urge to fix it and to solve their problems, because many of us have that instinct to just, we have all the answers. But this is really about giving them the opportunity to talk about what's going on. And that's going to be your best chance, actually, at gaining their trust, that you're not there to jump in and do it for them or cast. I would respect you more for that. In fact, I would help you pursue that.
Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Moutier. And to learn more about this initiative and how you can join Scott's team, you can go right now to my Twitter page. It's twitter.com/PManOnAir or tweet at PManOnAir. And there's a link that has been tweeted on the page for Scott's team. You can go there right now. Again, there's more on this initiative online, but we'll have more in the coming days here on the Pacer Network.
Hi, my name is John. I live in Raleigh and I enjoy long bike rides. But even with the beautiful greenway system, we still have roads to cross. Please slow down and watch for us. You put everybody at risk when you speed. Follow the speed limit and pay attention. More than 1,300 accidents were caused by speeding last year in North Carolina. Please slow down. There's no need to speed. Visit RaleighNC.gov for more information.
Somewhere out there, there's a place where the mountains tower so high you can get in your car and drive all the way up to the clouds. It's a place where the woods are so enchanted you can still find ferry crossings on the forest floor. A place where you can trek over 900 miles of hiking trails, some of them originally formed by buffalo herds. Where you can listen to the soft trickle or the awe-inspiring roar of over 300 different waterfalls. Or just sit on a moss-covered log and stare up in wonder at trees born a century before the American Revolution. And the best part of this somewhere out there is that it's right here, in the mountains of the state you call home. When you live in North Carolina, the endless wonders of the high country are just a small part of your inheritance. Isn't it time you claimed it? Call 1-800-VISIT-NC or go to visitnc.com and discover the state you're in.
Sponsored by the North Carolina Division of Travel and Tourism and the North Carolina Association of Broadcasters in cooperation with this station.
By allowing everyday tasks to get in their way, too many business owners put off doing their company's disaster plan. Yet at least 1 in 4 businesses affected by a disaster, whether man-made or natural, never reopen.
U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the Ad Council.
This is William Peace Basketball on the Pacer Sports Network.
Pacers are down as we start the second half, 25-22. William Peace was just 1 of 20 in that quarter. In fact, the Pacers in this game have gotten more shots, 39, than the Avenging Angels at 25. They both have been 9 field goals. Pacers shooting 42% in the first quarter and just 5%, 23% for the game. Avenging Angels, though, hammering on the offensive glass, on the blackboards, 33 to 16. Big story here has been the Pacers have forced 16 turnovers by the Avenging Angels and only turned it over 4 times themselves. William Peace comes in forcing on the year 21 turnovers per ball game. Meredith commits 21 on average on the season. And Pacers, if they can just shoot the basketball, they're going to have a great opportunity to get that first conference win. They have the ball to start the second half, 25-22. Here's Boykin penetrating, dumps it off, and they call a travel. Absolutely abysmal call by that far side official. Boykin came to a jump stop and passed it. You can make a move after you come to the jump stop. Here's Boykin. A little push off by Hines, back the other way, no call. Starting 5 for Meredith, and a hand-checking foul is going to be called on Armstrong. This is unbelievable. 12th foul called in this game. There have been 7 called on Meredith. Jones is going to replace Armstrong, who will go to the bench with 4 fouls. Will probably have to sit for all of the third and most of the fourth, you'd have to think. 25-22. Meredith trying to inbound. That was a long count there without 5 seconds. Here's a 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Hinton, and she misses the shot in traffic. Hayes with Gregory on her. Gregory gets the ball away from her. Fresh 30. They kick it out. Here's a 3 up, and it is good by Hines, who got hit by Boykin on the foul. That brings a rise out of what's been a sleepy crowd here. Hines has got 6 points. That's the first on Boykin. And it's 28-22. I believe that might be the first 3 that Meredith has hit in this ball game. Nope, it's their second. Free throws missed. And Jones chases down the rebound. Meredith 6 of 11 from the line. Kelly Johnson calling a timeout. It'll be a 30, and this will probably be a chance for him to try to get his team out of sleepwalk mode. So Pacers have been outscored since the first quarter now, 16-2. Yep, they only trail by 6, 28-22, with 9:25 remaining here in the third. Doubleheader on Friday. Will be on the air at 5:15, 5:30 will be the tip-off. Covenant and William Peace on the women's side, and I'll have the call there, and then Darren Vaught will be on for the men's game immediately following around 7:30 from the Herman Athletic Center on Friday night. And then, of course, Maryville comes to town on Saturday. Coverage will begin at 3:45 with doubleheader action again. 28-22 here. Pacers are trying to get to 500. Here's a pass to Erickson inside. Gregory on her. Missed the shot. No call. Some contact there, and the rebound comes to the Avenging Angels. And back the other way as they go left to right here is Meredith. And here's a deflection. And they pass it inside, and getting loose inside is Jessup for the lay-in. 30-22. Pacers scored 20 points in the first quarter, and since have only managed 2. Here's Sykes with 3 with a hand in her face. And it'll be rebounded and bounced out. Hayes will loop it over to Hines. They only have 7 eligible players in this game. Of course, they have their 3 best players healthy. But they're kind of playing at the pace they want right now with the Pacers. And here's a pass inside. Gregory had it knocked away by Erickson. It's recovered, kicked out, air ball, out of bounds on a 3 attempt by Hines. Hines, who hit that 3 and was fouled by Boykin. They always have a couple of players who kind of go out of their gourd and escape their regular season trend and make shots that they're usually incapable of making against Peace, and that was Hines with that 3 a moment ago. 30-22 with 8 minutes to go here in the third. Boykin, high post to Erickson, over to Sykes. He sends it in the right corner to Clark, working against his zone. Pacers have been real stagnant since the first quarter against the zone. Here's Boykin off penetration, scoring off the left side. And that's really what they're not getting is anything off the bounce. Boykin makes it a 30-24 game. She gets the steal here in the press and then ran into the Meredith player who impeded her progress. Fans don't like it, but you can't cut in front of somebody here. That'll be Hayes picking up her second foul. 30-24. That's another Avenging Angel turnover in this basketball game. They've had a slew of them here. And a 30-second timeout taken by Meredith's coach, Melina Campbell, who's got 50 wins, 112 losses coming in. She is 4-8 against William Peace all time, 2-4 in this building. Kelly Johnson can get his 400th career win here tonight if his team can get the victory and overcome this 6-point deficit here in the third. Lost to Meredith last year here, 70-64. Pacers trailed in that game by 11 with 9:46 to go and actually led by a point. 58-57 with 7:18 remaining, but could not hold on. Kind of ran out of gas there. Johnson 15-7 all time against Meredith, including 6-4 here. Pacers have won 17 of 24 meetings between these two. 30-24. Sykes for three. Yes! Nice setup by a bounce pass by Boykin there. Sykes has got 9, and it's 30-27. Pacers with the press in the backcourt. Pass goes middle of the floor to Hayes in the front court. Hayes will dribble. Tries to get it down to Gregory. It's knocked away. Comes up, though, in the hands of Meredith, but they lost the basketball. Here's Boykin back the other way. Boykin taking on all challengers. Got tripped from behind, and it's going to be a call on Meredith. A foul called on Jessup. She stuck her foot out there at the last instant and tripped her up. 30-27. Boykin will get set to inbound. Second foul on the Avenging Angels this quarter. Boykin's handed the basketball. Lobs it to Erickson, who catches it foul line extended left side. To Sykes now, left wing. Clark up top. Clark dribbling. Over to Boykin. Boykin bounces it to Murphy. Murphy on a double team. Over to Clark. Over to Boykin. She'll take a three short, and the rebound comes out on a bounce to Hayes. Hayes now will dribble it up. Bad possession for the Pacers there. Kind of stagnant. 3 minutes gone by in the third. Meredith 30, William Peace 27. Pass on the wing goes to Hayes. Hayes looking. Hayes, Clark swiping at the basketball. Give it up to Hinton up top. Now it goes on the right wing. Couple of dribbles here for Jessup. Into Hinton. They go inside. Here's a left-hand hook off glass. No good. Good defense there. Hinton had it, lost it, and Gregory crashes to the ground. And that was good defense by Murphy. Back the other way. Here's Boykin with a crazy running shot that's no good. Airballed it. Got to make that shot. Here's a pass ahead to Gregory. Got it blocked away by Clark in transition. Another great play by the Pacers there to block it away. It was a good find in traffic there by Hines on the pass, but Clark with a nice job to reject it away from Gregory. 26 seconds on the shot clock for Meredith here. They'll bounce it inside to Gregory. Pacers fell asleep that time. Gregory laid it in. 6 for Gregory, 32-27. Pacers down 5. Meredith kind of huffing and puffing in this zone here. Pacers got to hit some shots. Here's Sykes for three. Yes, out of the right corner. Sykes has got 4 threes in this game, and it's 32-30. Pacers with the full court press. In the backcourt, here's Hines. Hines will work it back to Jessup. Jessup now will pass it ahead. Here's Hinton trying to spin away. Hinton had it knocked away by Sykes. Picked up by Murphy, who got fouled. That'll be Hayes. And that'll be her third. So we'll see what Coach Melinda Campbell does here. Dr. Campbell, if she'll pull her out on her third foul. Pacers down 2, 32-30 with 5:54 to go. Pacers need to get a bucket here and tie it or go up. Here is Boykin. Boykin on the left wing to Sykes. Got hit in the face by Gregory, no call. Boykin, bounce pass, wraps it around, and now they stop play. They got to do something about Gregory. She's out of control. She's throwing her arms around, and she just pops Sykes in the eye there. And the Pacers trainer, Taylor Young, going to have to tend to her here. And now Sykes is going to go out and be replaced by Clark. And Gregory, if you let her play out of control, she's going to shove people around and sling her arms around and hit people in the face like she did there. I'm not saying it was intentional, but you got to corral her because she gets away with a lot of shoving on the inside. Here's a three by Zeno, and there's a rebound by Clark, even though Gregory pushed her. Now Boykin forces a shot up from 15, no good. Empty possession for the Pacers there, a couple of cracks at it. Hinton comes down with the board. 5:23 to go. Here's a pass ahead and a three by Jessup, no. Offensive rebound had by Hinton and then lost, and then crashing through Murphy where they didn't call a foul after she blocked her out on the over the back. The ball goes out of bounds. Bodies go flying. Murphy a little slow to get up. Good to see Murphy out there, though. You might remember she had that compression syndrome in her legs, surgery on both legs, and she's going to go to the bench and be replaced by Adriana Robinson. 4 fouls on the senior post player Armstrong, so that's why she's having to sit on the bench. And we're seeing Jones return for the first time this half and Robinson on for the first time reporting. 32-30 with 5:10 to go. Boykin gets it over to Clark on the right wing. Clark looking. Clark back to Boykin. Boykin a couple of dribbles, gets it over to Gooden. Gooden yet to score in this basketball game, and a kick is trying to enter the pass inside. And they're going to put 15 on the shot clock there as it had dwindled down to 13. 4:59 to go here in the third. And it'll be Boykin inbounding here. Boykin looking from the baseline. And she'll float a pass out to Jones. To Clark, over to Boykin. She'll take a three, no, and the rebound taken by a leaping Hines. Pacers got to get something going to the basket. Hines now front court. 32-30. The basketball, Jessup. Jessup looking ball overhead. Jessup a couple of dribbles. Bounces it to Gregory out with Jones on her. With the basketball now, Hayes up top, head of the circle. Over to Hines, goes up, stripped away by Boykin on a three attempt. Quickly, Jones gets the basketball back to Boykin. Boykin will take it in on the right side and lay it in and score. Hayes couldn't foul her because she's got 3, and Brittany Boykin has got 10. And she's tied the ball game up at 32-32. Here's a pass up the sideline out of reach of Boykin. Picked up by Jessup. Wild shot. Traveled, no call, but Gregory there to put it in. Pacers didn't box her out. And that's one thing Gregory can do is get a putback after getting a rebound and sticking it in. 34-32. Meredith goes back on top. Gooden with the basketball. 4 minutes to go in the third. Boykin a couple of dribbles. To Clark in the corner now to Jones. Jones tried to bounce it inside to A, but Gregory kicked it away out of bounds. 13. I'm going to say it wasn't a kick, just that she deflected it. And blow the horn there with the subs in. Boykin and Clark out. Sykes and Cheatham in. Cheatham will be the inbounder here. Here's the inbound to Sykes, who's hit a couple of threes this quarter. Boykin, 8 seconds. High post to Jones. Jones will try to get it into A. Bad bounce pass. Pacers panicked on that particular possession. 34-32. Ranging Angels back the other way. Gregory pushing off on Jones in the post. No call. Now they get it up top. Now they get it to Gregory, and they're going to get Jones trying to gamble and get a steal as they got it to Gregory flashing to the high post. Here's Gregory slow to get up. And that'll be Jones's second foul and the third on the Pacers. Jones out, Murphy in. Jones not scored in this game. Jones came in, tied for 13th of the conference in rebounding at 6.9 per ball game. And we have a whistle. And I think they have a question of what's happening at the table. Three fouls aside here. 3:32 to go. 34-32. Hines looking. Now she'll throw a deep inbound to Jessup. Back to Hines. Inside they go to Hinton. Hinton up with the left-hand shot. Rolled off the rim. No. Gregory the rebound puts it in. Nobody boxed her out. Gregory has got 10 points here. And it's 36-32. Robinson's done a bad job of putting a body on her. In fact, she hadn't. Robinson comes out now, tries to go inside to Murphy. Ball deflected out. Robinson up with it. Winds up in the hands of Sykes. Tried to pass it on the right side. Gregory trying to steal it down the far sideline, but stepped out of bounds. Erickson in, and Jones will come in, and now Boykin will return for the Pacers. Murphy, Gooden, and Robinson out. 36-32, and a grinder here with 3:06 to go. Boykin with the basketball. Boykin will give it up to Sykes. 8 on the shot. Over to Jones. Now Boykin with the basketball. Boykin will stop, give it up to Erickson. She'll take a jumper from 15 with one. Nope. Rebounded underneath by Gregory, swinging elbows. Didn't call anything on her. 2:45 to go. Here in the front court, here's Hines. Hines will feed it over on the left side to Hayes. Back out to Hines. Hines with the dribble with 2:39 remaining here in the third. Pick up top by Hinton. Here's a double team on Boykin, and Boykin, as Hines turned back into her, is going to be called with the foul even though she was holding her position. You can't breathe on this crowd in this building tonight or it will be a foul. Wow. That's the fourth on the Pacers, and it is a fresh shot clock now for the Avenging Angels. Jessup will give the basketball up to Hines. It goes in the corner now to Hayes. Hayes to Hines, back over to Jessup on the right wing. 20 on the shot. Here's Gregory. Pick and roll, but they can't get it to her. Double team. Pass goes out to Hines. In the high post, Hinton. Hinton with Erickson on her. Zips it out. Carey, no call on Hayes. Up with the shot. Popped off the back of the rim, though. Gregory, though, knocked it away out of bounds. And Boykin telling Jones, you got to box her out there. Cheatham was not really going for the ball, just reaching for it, and Gregory knocked it away. 2:12 to go here in the third, and the Pacers are down 4. They tied it up, and then Gregory had a couple of offensive putbacks to give her team a 4-point lead. They're sagging in this zone here. Here's Erickson out to Sykes. Pump fake, got Gregory off her feet, drives, goes up with a shot, fadeaway, terrible shot. She had it in her mind she was going to shoot, and that's what she did there. It was a freshman decision, it looked like there, 36-32. Pacers just got to be patient on offense. Trying to make some shots here. Here's Hines dribbling. Little push off, no call. And now there's going to be a whistle. And they're going to call a reach in on Boykin. My word. That's the third on Boykin. And Pleasance, as that'll be the fifth foul on the Pacers. It'll send Meredith to the line. Pacers in this game have not been to the foul line. I don't think they've been this quarter. And the free throw is bricked by Hines. Next free throw upcoming with 1:41 remaining here in the third, a 36-32 ball game. Hines with the shot, and it's good. Pacers have scored just 12 points since they scored 20 in the first. They trail by 5, 37-32. Boykin over to Sykes. Sykes will dribble in. Sykes cut off to Erickson. Over to Cheatham. She'll take a three from the left side. No, and it's batted away by Pleasance out of bounds. Pacers are heaving a bunch of threes here. They got to get something going towards the hoop. Here's the lob in to Jones. Jones over to Sykes, over to Boykin. She'll take a three out of the corner. Nope. Long rebound comes to Pleasance. Pleasance travel, they didn't call it. Gives the basketball up to Hayes. Hayes will bring it front court. Hayes will give the basketball up to Jessup. Jessup dribbling over to Hayes in the corner. Wide open. She'll take a three. Hit it. Got caught up on a switch and knocked it down, and her and Gregory have 10 apiece, and it's 40-32. This is unbelievable. Boykin over to Cheatham. Cheatham trying to go inside with the pass. Can't get it inside. Now to Boykin between the rings. Boykin will dribble. Boykin over to Sykes. She'll take a three. No. And the rebound by Erickson, and she got hammered by Hinton on the putback. Shot it up as she brought it down. So it'll be interesting to see if they will credit her with the shot here. They should. Yep, they are. And that'll be Erickson going to the foul line. Erickson had 4 points in the first half and made a couple from the line. Let's see if she can draw the Pacers closer here with 45.4 to go, and she bricked the first one. Clark is in. Cheatham is out. Clark's got to get something going here. Clark, D2 player, transferred in and has struggled with the touch and struggled to score the basketball and is capable of scoring some points. Free throw missed. And it'll be a tie-up. Sykes and Hinton, and the arrow favors Meredith. I tell you, it seems like the arrows favored the Avenging Angels in this entire game. Let's pay attention here and to see if they decide to switch it off the inbound. Ball is inbound in the backcourt. Yep, they did. So we'll see how that plays out. 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Hayes with the basketball in a double team. Cross court's a pass on the right side to Jessup. Jessup will lob it mid-post to Hinton right side. Hinton comes out now, faces the basket, dribbling in. Push off, no call. Here's the pass now going out to Hines. 10 on the shot. Hines with Boykin on her. Hines, push off, no call. Over to Jessup, bobbles the basketball. Back to Hines. She'll hoist a three and hit it. (43-32) with 7 seconds to go. Pacers need a bucket. 3 seconds. Here's Boykin for three. Yes! Right at the horn, Brittany Boykin single-handedly keeping the Pacers in this one. Her and Sykes have 24 of their 35. We'll come back with the final quarter here after this on the Pacers Sports Network.
An important message from Medicare.
When my son first told me about extra help from Medicare, I said, thanks, but no thanks. I didn't want any help paying for my prescriptions. I told him, I don't have much money coming in, but I still have my pride. Besides, I looked into it a couple of years ago. I figured if I didn't qualify then, I wouldn't qualify now either. My, oh my, am I ever glad my son didn't give up on me. He reminded me that I was on a limited income and that it was easier than ever for people like me to qualify. So, I called, and he was right. Now I pay just a few dollars for generics and a few dollars more for brand name prescriptions. With extra help, I can afford the prescriptions I need. Thanks, Medicare.
Get the extra help you need to stay healthy. Visit socialsecurity.gov or call 1-800-772-1213.
This is William Peace Basketball on the Pacers Sports Network.
Final 10 minutes from Weatherspoon Gymnasium, 43-40. A couple of threes there, one by Hines with a hand in her face, and then Boykin came back and knocked one down to draw the Pacers back to within 8 points. And so hopefully that will lead to William Peace getting a little bit of a spark here. Pacers not shooting the basketball very well in this game here tonight. Just shooting 25%, 14 of 56. They're 5 of 25 from three. They've turned the Avenging Angels over 20 times in this game, but they're getting killed on the backboards, 47-24, and Meredith is just shooting well enough, 40%. They've also been to the foul line 13 times for the Pacers, 6. Here's Sykes for three, no, out of the right corner. Clark the rebound, put up by Clark, no good. Shot is missed, and then a tie-up, and the arrow is going to favor Meredith. Of course it is. Pacers had it, though, to start the quarter, so Avenging Angels get another break. They always kind of catch these breaks here at home, it seems. 43-35. Here's Jessup. They've only played 6 players in this second half. Oh, there's a double dribble by Jessup. They didn't call it. Hines with the basketball. Boy, they barely beat the 10-second count. Over to Hayes. Got a running start. They didn't call it. Jumper no good. Rebounded by Pleasant. Put up and in. Pleasant, who's averaging all of 3 points per ball game and 2.5 rebounds, put that in because Jones didn't bother to box her out and then swatted at her, and Pleasant lays it in, and now will be going to the line to look to complete a 3-point play. Just 3 of 13 from the foul line. She missed it. And Jones, trying to get the basketball, has players from Meredith all over her. And the ball's tied up, and the arrow favors William Peace. Well, Pacers have done a pretty poor job on the backboards here tonight. Down 10 now, 45-35 with 9:21 to go. Here's Clark on the wing. Clark looking. High post, it goes to Jones. She'll take a jumper from 15, air ball. Tipped back in by Erickson on a save. That's a possession that just made no sense. She needs to be driving to the basket there if she's got a lane. Avenging Angels with the basketball up 10. They led by 11 moments before the end of the third. And here's Hinton handing it off now to Hayes. She'll drive down the lane, go up with the right hand, and score. Right now they're getting stuff going to the basket. The Pacers are not. That's going to be Boykin, and that's going to be her 4th. And Cheatham's going to have to replace her. And to the foul line is Hayes. And the free throw is good. Hayes has got 11. Erickson out, Boykin out with her 4 fouls. And Jones out. It'll be Murphy Armstrong, who's got 4, as she comes in at the 8:59 mark at Cheatham. So let's see if Armstrong can get something going here. Hayes has got 11 points and misses the foul shot. Sykes boxes her out. She's 3 of 6 from the line. Very good free throw shooter on the year. Pacers down 11 again, their largest deficit of the game. Clark can't get it inside. They get it over on the wing to Cheatham. Cheatham to Armstrong in the corner, back out. Cheatham will take a 3 and miss it. Cheatham can't buy anything from behind the arc. Pleasant's clearing out Sykes, pulls down the rebound. Here comes Jessup now. Jessup bringing it up. Jessup will bounce it out to Hines. Hines will take some air out of the basketball. She takes it over on the left side with the dribble. Hayes with it. Pleasant sets a pick, double team, gets it to Pleasant, picks it up from 15, turns, shoots, air ball, and it'll be out of bounds. And then they're going to call a late foul on Sykes. That is terrible. That is absolutely awful. And the Avenging Angels will get the basketball back with a fresh 30. You can't breathe on this crowd in this building, folks. I don't care who the officials are each year. You cannot breathe on them because they will call anything on you. If you're from cross town, I'll tell you, I've seen it for a dozen years, 15 years. Here's the inbound going to Hinton, missed the left-handed shot. Ball tipped out on the miss, and it comes to Cheatham. Cheatham back the other way with 8 minutes ago. Pacers got to get something going. Here's Cheatham driving to the basket, scores. Her first bucket. Pacers have cut it to 9, 46-37. In the backcourt, here's Hayes. Hayes in trouble. Hayes throwing it to midcourt. Here's Hinton hooking. No call. She drove by the Pacer player. They get it to Pleasant. She'll barrel down the lane and make a right-hand layup. Just blew by Murphy there, and she hooked her and laid it in. 48-37. Cheatham now dribbling. Cheatham over to Sykes. Sykes side to Murphy. Murphy in trouble. Murphy out to Clark. Clark will drive it from the game footer. Missed it short. Offensive rebound, though, Hinton. And she puts it in. Pacers are forcing the right people to take the wrong shots, and they're not making them. But then they're not boxing out, and Hinton's got 9. 50-39. Back up to an 11-point game. Here's Sykes for 3. Left wing, no. Rebounded by Armstrong underneath. Floats it. Cheatham will take a 3. Wow, 20 seconds to go with 6:39 remaining. And now Meredith going to run a little time with a weave up top. Here's Hayes driving, and a foul is going to be called on Clark. Like Hayes bumped Clark. Murphy out, Sykes out, Jones, Gooden, and Boykin return back on for the Pacers. Just trying to search for a combination that can make some shots. 6:33 remaining in a 51-39 ball game. The free throw is no good. Boykin gets the board. Possessions where they score and string together some stops on the other end. Here's Armstrong, right corner. Backcourt. Hines with it. Hines brings it across. 6 minutes to go. Pacers haven't been able to press because they haven't made any shots. They're causing Meredith here to maybe play a little faster than they wanted. Now they've started to make some. Here's Jessup handing it off to Hines. Hines with the dribble. Hines will pass it on the right side, and here's a drive by Hayes underneath the basket. Try to reverse it up. No. Up. She's got 12, and it's 53-41. Up top, Boykin over to Cheatham. Cheatham will drive. Cheatham will go up, and they call a travel. She got tripped, and they called a travel. Timeout taken by Meredith. Well, that was puzzling. It is almost as puzzling as that tripping foul called on the other end. 5:22 to go. Meredith 53, William Peace 41.
Today, across the Triangle, nearly 300 children are homeless. During the school year, Triangle Schools will help over 1,000 children survive a period of homelessness. Want to know what you can do to help end homelessness? Call United Way's 211 line. Simply dial 211 for ideas. I am Durham City Councilwoman Diane Catati, and I approve this message.
6 months from now, I'm going to be a dad. So there's one thing I want to change about me right now. I've tried before, but this time, I'll do it for me and the baby. I'll quit smoking for good.
Most people don't succeed at first. It often takes several tries. The important thing is to never quit on yourself. Visit quitterinU.org or call 1-800-LUNG-USA for tools and tips from the American Lung Association. We support the Quitter in You.
This is William Peace Basketball on the Pacers Sports Network.
Avenging Angels have 15 second chance points in this ball game. They lead by a dozen here over William Peace at home, 53-41. Here's the pressure in backcourt, and Gregory flips it now to Jessup. Here's a pass ahead. Gooden able to get a hand on it, knock it off of Hinton on a deflection, and it'll be Pacer basketball. And for the Avenging Angels, that is going to be turnover number 21 in this game. Pacers have turned that into 16 points on the other end. 5 minutes to go, down a dozen. Need a bucket. Pass goes inside to Armstrong. Tried to get a pass from Boykin on a cut, threw it away out of bounds. Only the 7th Pacer turnover. 4:59 to go. Boy, I can tell you, Peace misses Tanae McKenzie in the worst kind of way. She got clipped on a no call down in Fayetteville and hurt her ankle. And now they're playing for the 3rd game without their freshman point guard, who had been excellent for them in the first part of the season. 18 seconds to go. Meredith going to run some clock here. Pacers just need to try to play good D and box out. Here is Hayes now with it. Hayes on a double team. Hayes in trouble. Hayes will get it up to Hines. Hines with 8. Hines with 7 dribbles in. Kicks it out to Hayes. She'll take a 3 with the hand in her face and hit it. 15 for Hayes, and it's now 56-41. Pacers leaped out in this game 20-12. Here's a jumper left corner by Armstrong. That ain't going to do anything. So cause the field goal percentage to go down. Got to get something going towards the hoop. Here's Hines with a push-off no call on Boykin. Dribbles behind her back. Boykin trying to stay with her. Causes her to give the basketball up. Now Hayes with it. Hayes in a double team. Gets it to Hinton. Hinton will drive. Hinton lowers her shoulder. Travel taking it in. No call. Out to Jessup for 3. Straight away, no. And Hayes knocks it away out of bounds. 3:54 to go. 56-41. Gooden comes out. Gooden acts like she's not happy she's come out. She hadn't done anything. Hadn't played real good defense, hadn't scored, so I can understand why the coaching staff doesn't feel like she'd be effective out there. 56-41, 3:45 to go. Wicked flips it to Clark over on the wing. Clark dribbling. Clark will send it out to Sykes, over to Boykin. She'll take a 3, and it's no good. Bounces out to Sykes. Sykes will drive with the left hand, stripped away. Ball comes out to Jones, over to Murphy. Murphy will drive, go up on Hinton. Contact, no call. She missed the shot. And the rebound taken by the Avenging Angels. They're going to slow it up here with Hines going to be the one to walk it into the front court. And a whistle. And a hand-checking foul called on Boykin. So Boykin's going to foul out. And they're going to foul Boykin out. No fouls on the Avenging Angels here. That's part of what has been criminal in this quarter. No fouls on the Avenging Angels in this quarter. Unbelievable. So Boykin is out. And the foul shot is up and good by Hines. 57-41. Well, this thing started real promising and has gone south in a hurry. Here's the free throw, good. Hines has got a dozen. 58-41 with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Clark driving. Clark in trouble. Clark bounces it out to Jones. Sykes with the basketball over to Cheatham. A jab step, a drive, a bounce, pass out, and a drive by Murphy goes up. Contact, no call. There was the foul there, and then Hayes swinging elbows, and they called a travel arm. She was so concerned about slinging elbows that she traveled with the basketball. So Erickson and Armstrong in, Murphy and Jones out. 2:52 to go in a 58-41 ball game. Here's the inbound. Boykin gets it to Erickson. Erickson on the right block, had it knocked away. Gregory dives into her. They're going to say she touched the out-of-bounds line as she dived for the basketball. 58-41. Here's Gooden coming in, replacing Sykes, who's played real hard here tonight. Probably played the hardest of anybody for the Pacers, quite frankly. 58-41. Meredith. Here is Hines. And here's a deflection and a steal by Clark in the backcourt. Clark got fouled as she came to a stop. And that foul's going to be on Hinton. That's her third. That's the first foul on Meredith. Fans don't like it. But there's not a whole lot you can complain about when you've had one foul called on you in the quarter. Here's the inbound, and it's thrown away by the Pacers. Terrible pass by Cheatham. 2:33 to go, 58-41, and the Pacers are going to put Lauren Lane into the game, replacing Cheatham. Give her some minutes here. Pacers have not shot the ball well tonight. Here's a near steal. Gregory comes away with it, though. And here's Hines passing it over to Jessup. Pacers have shot 24%. They're 5 of 30 for 3. And here's a pass now going over to Hayes. Hayes takes it up in traffic. And the foul is going to be called on a Pacer player. You're as shocked as I am, I know. It'll go against Erickson, and Hayes will go to the line. 15 points for her tonight. And the free throw is good. (59-41) with 2:13 remaining. And the free throw bounces in. (60-41). Here's Lauren Lane bouncing the basketball to Clark on the right wing. Clark will dribble. Clark goes up with a shot, got hit on the arm by Hayes. That'll be her fourth. 2:02 remaining. Only the second foul called, and as kind of common here with USA South officiating, they'll start to call things to even up the fouls, make it look a little closer than it was. And again, that's 15 years of experience speaking. Free throw good by Clark. She's got 5. Armstrong got in foul trouble. Boykin had to play the majority of this game in foul trouble, finished with a dozen. And Clark hits them both. Clark's got 6. They need more out of Clark. They need more to the Pacers out of Cheatham. They need more out of Gooden. This will be back-to-back games. Gooden's not scored. 60-43 with inside of 2 minutes to go. They're trying to salt this thing away. Chandler Hines with the basketball. Hines will give the basketball up to Hayes. He'll try to go inside. It's knocked away by Erickson. Well, if everybody played as hard as Erickson and Sykes, this would be a pretty good basketball team. Here's a leaner, no good. Gregory got the rebound, put back no, and then Armstrong snares the carom out of the sky for the Pacers. Minute 33 remaining. Here's Clark. It's at the lane trailing. Back to Clark, head of the circle. She'll dribble in and go up with a floater in the paint. Nope, short off the iron. Last touch, though, by Hayes. Pacers will have the basketball here. 22 to go. Gooden goes out, replaced by Sykes. And a 30-second timeout, which she doesn't have, taken by Melinda Campbell here. I think the officials are just going to grant her the 30. That leaves them with 1 remaining. Pacers have 3. Minute 22 to go here in a 60-43 game. Pacers scored 20 points in the first quarter of this game tonight. We're 8 of 19 from the floor for 42%, and since then have gone 9 of 51. Wow. Getting the shots, just not knocking them down. That's 18%. Here's a 3 by Sykes, good. Sykes has 15 on her 5th 3, and it's 60-45. Here's the pressure by the Pacers in the backcourt. A minute 12 to go. Pass there, Lane deflects it. It's going to be off the hands of Hinton, and out of bounds it'll be Pacer ball. Well, they finally blow the whistle. Well, these three want to get out of it. They must have dinner reservations. They want that clock to wind down so bad they can't imagine what to do. Minute to go. There's the pass to Sykes. Clark is just out there dribbling, and then they finally get a handout on Sykes. Clark, if she gave her the ball earlier, she was open. Has the hot hand, just hit a three. Here's Gregory making a catch and travel. They didn't call it. And then Hinton leans her shoulder into Sykes on a tie-up as they fall to the ground, and it'll be Pacer basketball. Meredith always has that kind of getaway, blowing the shoulder and pushing off. It's amazing over the years. 60-45. 43 seconds to go. Here's Sykes back to Lane, over to Clark, and the pass by Lane is almost stolen away by Hayes, but it's knocked away out of bounds. 38.5 to go. Actually reset the shot clock here. Won't really matter, but. And so now the officials come over. Well, they're going to make sure they administer this. They didn't call a foul on Meredith the whole night, but they're going to make sure they administer this part of it with 38.5 seconds to go. The over-officiating of the USA South continues. 20 seconds remaining now on the shot clock on this possession. Inbound to Cheatham. There's Armstrong, a pump fake in the corner. Will take a jumper, air ball. Gregory the rebound. And then Gregory is going to be breathed on and fouled. Or a foul's going to be called at least on Erickson. Fourth on her. .30 seconds to go in a 60-45 game. Gregory with 12 points here tonight. He'll go to the foul line. Gregory shoots 44% at the stripe. And Gregory gets the roll on the first. She's got 11 rebounds in the game. Murphy in and Erickson out. Next one up, and it is good. 14 for Gregory. Hayes has led him with 17, and it's 62-45. Ball's rolled up into the front court. Here's Cheatham passing it to Lane. Lane will kick it to Armstrong. She'll take a jumper out of the corner. Yes. Armstrong was 6, 62-47. Pacers continuing to press here down. Chance to work on anything at the very least. And here's a steal by Cheatham, and then a foul called on Hayes. Hayes is going to foul out. And she'll foul out with 17. That's only the third foul called on Meredith, so it'll be no shots for the Pacers. They put Brittany Preston in to play out the final 15.7. Lane to Cheatham. Cheatham back to Lane. She'll take a three. Nope. And the rebound by the Pacers. Murphy puts it up, knocked away. Battling for it, Armstrong. It's knocked away out of bounds. 8.9 seconds to go, and Meredith going to inbound. And they get it into Hinton. 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Here's Hines going to dribble it out. 2 seconds, and that'll do it. 62-47, the final here tonight. The Pacers scored 20 points in the first quarter, only 2 in the second, and that doomed them in this one here tonight. Final score from West Raleigh. Meredith 62, the Pacers 47. We'll be back with more on the Pacers Sports Network.
How can a mouse save you money? Well, just use your computer mouse to navigate to togetherwesave.com. You'll find a website filled with great ideas on how to cut your energy bill. Some are as simple as closing the blinds when it's hot outside, or turning your water heater down when you go on vacation. Along with lots of valuable cost-cutting information, togetherwesave.com lets you take a peek at how much money you can save. Take the fun online home tour and see what you can save through simple energy-saving practices. The interactive tour calculates savings customized to your location. If you have an iPhone or Android device, download the Together We Save app. You'll be able to receive daily tips and reminders on new ways to make your home more energy efficient. So turn off the lights, adjust the thermostat, and follow your mouse to togetherwesave.com. You can save energy and save money. TogetherWeSave.com, a service of North Carolina's Touchtone Energy Cooperative.
Somewhere out there's a place where the gardens are so lush they give you a taste of what it must have been like in Eden. It's a place where once upon a time gold ore was so plentiful it was used to pave the streets. Where lush green fairways snake their way over and around ancient sand hills and through the towering pines. Where artistic wonders are fashioned out of clay every day, and where at night some of the world's largest lakes mirror the unfiltered light of an infinite sea of stars. And the best part of this somewhere out there is that it's right here, in the heartland of the state you call home. When you live in North Carolina, the rich, fertile heartland is just a small part of your inheritance. Isn't it time you claimed it? Call 1-800-VISIT-NC or go to visitnc.com. and discover the state you're in.
Sponsored by the North Carolina Division of Travel and Tourism and the North Carolina Association of Broadcasters.
This is William Peace Basketball on the Pacers Sports Network.
(62 to 47), the final here tonight from William Peace, as the Pacers just didn't shoot the ball very well tonight, folks. We'll have a look at the final numbers here for you as Wendy Jones, the SID, former William Peace SID, now the SID here at Meredith, will be by and provide those numbers for us. And rough night here on the ranch for WPU in this basketball game. Let's tell you about some of these numbers here tonight. Pacers shoot just 25% in the game. They got 76 shots, which is a season's best, I believe, as far as attempts go. And this could not convert in this one here tonight. 19 of 76 from the floor for 25%. They were 5 of 32 for 3, just 15.6%. Pacers got to the foul line 8 times, Meredith 24 times. So that's a big discrepancy in this game. Avenging Angels hit 62.5% of their free throws for the ball game, 15 out of 24. Pacers were just 4 of 8 shooting their three-point goals, free throws, I should say, in this ball game here tonight. Pacers, we mentioned, 5 of 32 for 3 in the ball game. That's just 15%. 19 of 76 from the floor for 25%. The Avenging Angels shot 40% from the floor, 21 out of 52. They were 5 of 14 for 3. Hammered the Pacers on the backboards, 61 to 35. Pacers were fairly even with them on the offensive glass, 16-14. Pacers had 9 assists on their 19 field goals, 14 assists on 21 field goals, and that's the difference in Meredith here tonight. They moved the ball much better than the Pacers did. 26 turnovers for the Avenging Angels in this game, only 9 for the Pacers, and that snaps a little run here where the Pacers had 20 or more turnovers in 3 of their last 5 games, but they did a better job of taking care of the ball tonight. And that turnovers led to some points for the Pacers, but they just couldn't convert on enough of them. 23 personal fouls called on Peace, just 14 on the Avenging Angels in this game. Pacers led 20-12 at the end of one, but only scored 2 points in the second quarter, 1 of 20 from the floor, and that was in the final minute of the quarter with Brittany Boykin getting a steal and a lay-in. And the Pacers, after shooting 42% in the first, shot 5% in the second, 29 in the third, 25 in the fourth. Imaging Angels shot the ball poorly in the first, 25%, but shot 46 in the second, 47 in the third, 42 in the fourth. We mentioned 40% for the game. Leading the way tonight for the Avenging Angels was Jesse Hayes with 17, 14 for Raven Gregory, 12 points for Chandler Hines. Kim Hinton had 8 points. She also had 12 rebounds. Gregory, by the way, had 11 rebounds, and 11 rebounds for Hayes. Also in this ballgame, 5 points for Gabby Jessup, and we mentioned Hinton with the 8, 6 for Pleasant, 4 rebounds, Preston with no points. For the Pacers, they were led by Sykes. Now, they had Sykes, I thought, for 5 threes, but they say only 5 made field goals, so she finishes officially with 14 here tonight. Boykin finishes with 13 officially here tonight, and I think they may have given, I don't know, Boykin hit a 3, so maybe one of Sykes' shots was not a three-pointer, and I just thought it was. But she finishes with 14 to lead the way. And for Sykes, that will be, after she didn't score last game, I believe a new high for her. She had averaged, prior to being shut out at Piedmont, 10 points and shot 56% from the floor coming in. She was 5 of 19 from the floor tonight, but hit those 4 threes and has 14. Boykin with 13 on 6 of 18 shooting and 5 assists. She led the Pacers in that category. 6 for Clark, 6 for Armstrong, who was saddled with foul trouble and just played 18 minutes. Erickson with 4 points and 4 rebounds. Pacers got 4 points off their bench. Cheatham with 2, Murphy with 2. That's it. Lane with no points. Gooden continues to struggle, no points. Robinson gave him nothing tonight in 2 minutes, and Jones really at times kind of looked lost out there tonight. It looked kind of like a freshman. She'd been playing well, but she fails to score here tonight, and Lakia Jones gets a couple rebounds in 19 minutes. Kelly Johnson joining us here at our courtside location. And the shots were there tonight, just an opportunity, just not knocking them down.
No, when you go 19 for 76, we didn't shoot the ball very well. But I think we, after the first quarter, we stood around too much on offense. And, we shot, 24 more times than they did?
Yeah.
But we didn't get as many offensive rebounds as we should have against the zone. But we talked about it before the game, with it being a big game, a rivalry. Little things count, and they won all the little things. They got the loose balls. They went after them harder. I don't know. They played 7, and we played everybody 11, and we looked like the tired team at the end. So, but hats off to them. They definitely outplayed us, outshot us, and they did a good job. The zone really gave us a lot of problems because we stood around.
Anything that outside of the zone that they maybe did, because you started out against that zone and really shot it well. We're getting penetration against it. Was there anything within that zone that they adjusted from the first quarter to the second?
They started in a 1-2-2, then they went to a 2-1-2. We seem to have more problems against that. But I just think we missed a few shots, and we just stood around.
Yeah.
And it was almost like we were waiting for someone else to step up and hit a shot. I mean, I don't know. They just didn't seem like they had any energy. Once we got down, we just, when you get down like that, you got to keep plugging away. And I didn't think we did to a certain extent.
Also, a positive tonight, you forced 26 turnovers. When you made shots that could get in your press, it gave them trouble.
Yeah. That was the other thing. In the second quarter, we couldn't get in it. I mean, we were 1 for 20 in the second quarter. I mean, you're not going to beat too many people shooting 1 for 20 in a quarter. So, but again, hats off to them. They packed it in on us. We couldn't hit the shots. We got it inside. We couldn't finish. And, I'm really don't have a whole lot else to say unless you got some more questions.
Well, Covenant coming up on Friday. It's the first of 2 big back-to-back conference games. Starts, of course, with Covenant. And as you look at them, close game when you beat them there at a near buzzer beater last year at their place. And how do you see that matchup with Covenant?
Well, just, I really right now can't think about them. We'll start looking at them tonight or tomorrow, and it's a game we need to win. We're playing at home finally, and but we played well on the road at times, but other times we've completely not shot the ball very well at all. So it's hard to play. I mean, not making an excuse, but just the fact it really takes a mature team to really play hard when the shots aren't falling like they weren't tonight. I thought we kept playing hard, but I thought we made a lot of little mistakes.
Yeah. Well, good luck, and we'll see you on Friday.
All right, see you Friday
Covenant.
night.
All right.
Okay.
Pacers will have Covenant there, and we'll have coverage for you beginning at 5:15 on that day. The exacerbated Kelly Johnson as his team now at 5-7, and they're exactly where they were at this point a year ago. 5-7. At that time, they were coming off a loss, I believe, to Methodist. And the Pacers down the stretch, the only thing down the stretch, they only won 3 games the rest of the way. So it's really kind of gut check time for this team because they're sitting here at 5-7. It's not an insurmountable type of record to overcome. But now you got to kind of make the decision if you're the players. Are you going to finish strong, or are you going to kind of fade like the team did last year after they fell to 5-7 early in the season? They're 0-4 now in the league. For Meredith, they're now 2-3. They've won 2 in a row after they had lost 5, and that's only their 4th win of the year. They're now 4-9. They were ready to play tonight, and the Pacers were not. It's kind of that simple. Pacers shot it well, and then after things started to go south, the wheels kind of came off. Final here tonight from Weatherspoon Gymnasium is William Peace losing to Meredith 62-47. We'll be back on the air on Friday. We'll be on at 5:15 with a 5:30 tip-off for William Peace and Covenant, then the Saturday game at 4 o'clock against Maryville, and then coming up men's coverage, too, after those women's games, as Darren Vaught will have coverage of the men's games following our broadcast of Pacer women's basketball. All of that is ahead. Our thanks tonight to Wendy Jones and the folks over here at Meredith for their help. We will greet you again from Raleigh, and that will be on Friday when the Pacers take on Covenant from the Herman Athletic Center. 5:15 will be our airtime on the Pacers Sports Network.